Recently, we explored the DC Cinematic Universe movies that never came to pass. Films like Batman Year One and Justice League Mortal, just movies that never got made. But DC aren't the only ones with skeletons in their closet. Marvel has plenty of unmade films as well. So today on the Dan Cave, that's exactly what we're going to talk about. The Marvel Cinematic Universe that never was, and probably never will be, unless it does, in which case Dan Cave exclusive, Phase 4 confirmed. James Cameron's Spider-Man. This is the one that most people know best. It was going to star Arnold Schwarzenegger as Dr. Octopus, Peter and MJ were going to bang on the Manhattan Bridge, and Electro was going to use his powers for, sexual assault. Considering all of that and the fact that he pitched Charlie Sheen as Peter Parker, maybe it's for the best that it didn't happen. Webbing! Now, speaking of great directors, David Fincher was actually offered to direct Spider-Man in 2002, but he passed on it. Now, according to F-Money, his version would have skipped the origin story, preferring to focus on the death of Gwen Stacy. It also would have had Mary Jane Watson Gone Girling Peter Parker. Okay, maybe not that last part, but you gotta admit, it would be pretty sick. And if that's not crazy enough, Michael Jackson wanted to play Spider-Man so badly that he actually tried to buy Marvel in the 90s to make it happen. Dazzler. Bo Derek as Dazzler getting teleported mid-concert with the Avengers and Spider-Man to a futuristic New York to battle evil queens. Queens played by Cher and Donna Summer, plus Kiss, Robin Williams, Rodney Dangerfield, and the Village People? Where the hell is this movie? If I keep screaming, will it become real? I hope so. She-Hulk. I have been very vocal about how She-Hulk needs a spot in the MCU. And as it turns out, she very nearly had one in the 1980s, starring Brigitte Nielsen. Now excuse me while I open a portal to an alternate dimension where that exists. Ooh. Wolverine. Okay, this is less of a movie idea than a casting that comic book writer Chris Claremont was pushing for hardcore. Who's Afraid of Roger Rabbit star Bob Hoskins as Wolverine? It sounds crazy, but Hoskins is actually more similar to Wolverine's original design than Hugh Jackman ever was. Also connected to the role over the years, Glenn Danzig, Viggo Mortensen, Russell Crowe, and Johnny Depp. Can you imagine Wolverine with 40 leather bracelets and 29 scarves? Because I can, and it's amazing. Black Panther. Before he was Blade, back in 1992, Wesley Snipes nearly played another Marvel hero, Black Panther. Now, if Chris Evans can be the Human Torch and Captain America, then why not Wesley? Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr., because Tom Cruise almost played him. Tommy Stark built this in a cave with a box of Dianetics. Fantastic Four, no, not the Roger Corman version. You can find that disaster piece in chunks on the internet if you look hard enough, or just watch Arrested Development Season 4. Anus tart. I'm talking about Peyton Reed's version of the Fantastic Four, which he pitched back in the early 2000s. It was, quote, a family comedy that was intended to star Alexis Denisov as Reed Richards, Charlize Theron as Sue Storm, John C. Reilly as Ben Grimm, Paul Walker as Johnny Storm, and Jude Law as Doctor Doom. Doctor Strange. Marvel may finally be getting the Sorcerer Supreme on the big screen, but they've been trying for years to do it. In 1986, Back to the Future co-writer Bob Gale took a stab at it. In 92, Wes Craven signed on to write and direct, but the financier went bankrupt. Then, in 1995, David Goyer, yes, that David Goyer. Thankfully, Marvel waited until they could fix their Eye of Agamotto on that dreamy man-otter Benedict Cumberbatch. Silver Surfer made his way into Fantastic Four numero dos, but he nearly also had a musical of his very own back in 1980, starring, you guessed it, Olivia Newton-John. Did you really guess that? I mean, if so, great job. And if that wasn't enough of a hook, Paul McCartney was gonna score the damn thing. Paul McCartney, that guy Kanye West discovered? Now, which of these would you most want to see? Let me know in the comments below, and while you're there, give me a thumbs up, even if it is stuck in development hell. Join me next week when I talk about the story of a group of Irish-American mob enforcers and post-apocalyptic warriors hunting down Jimmy Durant's fortune in It's a Mad, Mad, Mad Max Fury Road to Perdition. Until next time, keep on digging.